My name's Ryan Henry Ward, and I signed my art Henry. I'm an artist located in Seattle. I've spent the majority of my life in the Pacific Northwest. I was born in Bozeman, Montana. I spent 10 years of my life there and then moved to Washington with my family, and I've lived in the Pacific Northwest ever since. I've painted close to 500 murals, most of them within the city of Seattle, but all over the state of Washington, and then a handful of murals outside of the state.
I'm painting a Sasquatch, and kind of a self-portrait, obviously. He likes his coffee, I like my coffee. There's a lot of Pacific Northwest and Seattle kind of elements in this painting. So we got Mount Rainier, which is a big volcano mountain close to Seattle. And then there's the Seattle skyline in the background with the Space Needle. We're the evergreen state, so I put a evergreen tree in there. I actually enjoy people coming up and talking to me when I'm painting. I think it's really important as a public artist, someone that's out putting a lot of images out in the city and kind of defining a city with my imagery to like give people that look at it a moment of my time, so they know that the person putting up the artwork is relatable. Sometimes I'm on a really busy road where there's like a lot of cars, so it's kind of combating that aggressive noise energy and not allowing that into my artwork, so I can still present my soft, loving artwork to the world. They like it right under the ears.
I do get some graffiti on my murals from time to time, and that kind of ebbs and flows. There's different times where I can go a long period of time without any, and then then it escalates and gets vandalized a bit. But my response has always been, I just go and clean it up. It's kind of like, since I started, I just kind of knew I'm very fortunate that I get the opportunity to paint murals in a big city, and big cities have graffiti, and they got a lot of kids, 14-year-old kids or whatever, with spray paint cans running around. I've never really gone super heavy critical towards them because I can relate. Like I remember being young and dumb and doing stuff. Right now, I think my favorite mural is the one right above my gallery here. That's kind of a really recent one, and it just was completely what I wanted to do without any input, and that was really nice. I got in this four-wheeler accident, and it was an 800-pound four-wheeler. I went over the handlebars, and I kind of went over this 10-foot cliff, and it flipped over and landed on top of me. I was underneath it for like a half hour, and as I was underneath it, it just kept squishing me. I was in a severe pain, so I had sustained a really bad, severe back injury from that accident, and I became very much a drug addict, and got addicted to opiates and got addicted to alcohol, and just kind of got into really heavy use of those things, so I could originally kind of manage my pain, and then it just kind of shifted into addiction. I lived on the streets for a while. I felt like it was okay for a while. I kind of felt like I was thinking in terms of I was thinking romantically about it, like I was like a beat poet or something like that. Like I was thinking of myself more like a Henry David Thoreau or like a Jack Kerouac. I kind of had that romantic ideal, so it wasn't like I was kind of living in denial of my situation for a while. And then the reality of it kind of sets in, and it's hard out there, and it's dangerous out there. And I saw a lot of brutal things living on the streets. And yeah, it's been about 10 years since then, and I just live with a sober mind, and I do all this artwork from a perspective of clarity, I guess. So the hair is kind of over his face, and he doesn't have like high functioning limbs, and the colors are more muted. And so this is kind of like pulling on a feeling of like, I still want to like participate and show up for the day, but I don't really want to be around other people, or I don't want to be seen. I didn't really want to be a traditional fine artist. I wasn't interested in like, gallery and museum kind of direction and exposure. I just wanted to do it my own way. And so I decided to kind of break and shift away from the no contact with the art. And so I created more of like a record store kind of feel to my place, where you could shuffle through the art with your hands, and it allows you to just dig in and kind of discover the art that you want, and then you get to pull it out and put it on a display wall. This is like my abstract work, and I painted this series about a year ago. Pretty deep into the pandemic, I wasn't getting out much. Sitting with my eyes closed, this is kind of what I was seeing at that time. I'm working on an animation project, and that's kind of like where I'm investing a lot of my time and energy right now, is into stop motion animation. I have the desire to share my artwork and my love and joy and experiences and everything with the entire world. There's a lot of feedback that I've made big impacts in people's lives with the work I've done. And there's nothing really more fulfilling than knowing you're doing something good in the world.